Good morning. I am going to go to my page to see this rather than through Zoom, because then I can, here we go. Then I can open it up and have it and see. Okay, there we go. Then I can see. Good morning, Carol. Is it chilly up in Connecticut? We have a cloudy day today, so it's a little chilly, I think, but most people don't. But if the sun's not out, I'm cold, so it's one of those things. I'm gonna play today, and I'm gonna get your help with a couple of things. I had an idea, and I thought, well, I don't know. So I thought, well, I'll just do it. And hey, Barb, I just thought I would let you guys help me out and make some choices. So I have been busy creating my March class. I am going to use the sweet, I'm going to keep saying zesty citrus, but it's sweet citrus set. And I'm pairing it with the Regency Park pattern paper. I know, not a combination you would put together, but the backside of that is perfect for these. Oh, at least you have sun. I hope we get sun later, but I don't know. We're supposed to, there's some low off the coast that's affecting us. So, but did you guys see my Throwback Thursday from last week? Oh my gosh, I had so much fun with that, and so did Amanda. I'm enjoying this. It's something a little different. I'm using what I have, and I already have this week's card planned because I want to make my video this weekend and get it all straight. You're going to love this one. I paired old paper with a new stamp set this time instead of old and old. So let's see. Vicki and I are having a great time with the casing the catalog. So, you know, I'm giving you lots of ideas that you can use what you already have in your stash for, and use up some of what you have. The paper that's on the online exclusive is gorgeous, but I have too much paper. I'm not going to order it. So, plus I want to see how long it's around for. If it's around for a while, it's okay. I'm always looking for using things in my classes. So I'm not buying a whole lot because there's a lot of hints. The new catalog comes out. We actually get to see it in April, and it comes out in May. But there are some older colors coming back. The new paper that's in the online exclusive has Pretty Peacock. There was another one that's in there also. I can't remember which one it was. And then somebody also mentioned Tranquil Tide. So I don't know. So I'm not spending a lot, because if they're going to do a color refresh, I don't want to get stuck with a bunch of paper left over. So we'll see. But other than that, I'm plugging along and having a good time and just playing with what I have. I have watched a couple of videos for some things that I have purchased for personal use, and I haven't played with them. And I thought, you know, I'm going to play with some of those things because I want to play with some different ideas. And I'm always looking at how I can use what other companies have with what we have. Hi, Renee. I know that we have the drops. I don't think that's what they call them, but that's what they call them. Oh, I've had those for a while and I haven't used them. I have them in white and black and have never used it. So it's just little things like that that I would like to see if I can't figure out a way to make it work for me. Hey, Linda. So that's what I'm going to be doing, is I'm going to be doing some playing. I am leaving next Saturday, so I will not be live next Saturday, to go for a week in Kiowa Island in South Carolina. I'm going down with my next door neighbor, Barb, hey Barb, and Doug, and hi Ann. We're going to have a week down there just relaxing and enjoying ourselves. And I think I'm coming back. Barb, if I'm wrong, just let me know. I think I'm coming back Friday. If that's the case, I get back here. I can plan something to do on Saturday, and I can plan it before I leave. I didn't know what the schedule was, but that's it. And I'm looking forward to that. We had a good time last year. We get together with some other people that come down that we're friends with, and we make cards one day. So it'll be fun. We go over there and have dinner. We go out to dinner. Just a lot of fun, nice, relaxing time. But I looking forward to that. And then that's the last vacation that I have on the books for a long time. I don't know. Zoe is playing on the traveling volleyball team again, and I would really like to go up and see one of her games. I have to talk to Jess though, because Jess says, Mom, it's all day. You just sit around. I'm thinking, I don't care. I'm watching Zoe and seeing her, and I'll be able to spend time with Jess because she goes by herself. And so that's fine with me. I can always take something to work on. You never know. But it'll be fun. So I hope you have your beverage of choice. You got a few more minutes because I'm going to get ready and get set up and all. So if you don't, go grab something so you're all set and ready to watch. And I'm going to drink the last of this because there's not much left. And I'm going to move it out of the way. Actually, I'm going to put it on my table because I've been known to turn it over and I don't want to ruin my projects. And then we'll get started. So give me a minute. There we go. All done. Usually I don't finish it. And when I go back downstairs, I have to reheat it. All right. I'm going to pull over my camera, get it set up before I spotlight it so you don't have to. There we go. All right. For today's card, I am playing with the Seaside Bay stamp set, specifically this image here. I hadn't used that one, so I thought, oh, this might be a fun thing to do. I'm using the coordinating dies that go with it. So I'm going to die cut that image out once I stamp it and color it. I'm also using the designer tags dies, this one. I am using it's the stripes, splatters and stripes, stripes and splatters embossing folder. I'm using this one, and I'm going to show you how to make a whole panel with it. My inks are Tahitian Tide, Gray Granite, and Whisper White. All right. My card base is going to be white. My panel behind it that I'm going to emboss is Balmy Blue. This is where I need your help. I'm cutting one of these out of either the blue, and I would use the top part, or this other color. And I'll get your help with that once we get it cut. And then I'm going to use the flat adhesive back pearls. I love these with that. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to emboss this. Now, when you put this in here, it's not the full size. So what I'm doing is I'm putting it in, and don't forget, when you do this, use your line at the bottom to line up your paper so you get straight stripes. And I'm going to run this through my Big Shot. Okay. All right. And then when I bring it back over, you notice I got this section here that's not embossed. Hey, Linda. So what I do is I put this back in. Where's my, all right. Make sure you put it in the right way. It won't work if you don't. All right. I'm going to line this up with the bottom, and I'm going to re-emboss this piece. This piece will get done, but you won't even see it. So let me do that and I'll show you. Okay. I have several of these skinnier, for lack of a better term, embossing folders. One of my plates is losing its cover. And see, look at that. There's a piece on there. You can't tell that I double embossed it. So, great way to use your skinny folders. All right. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create my image here. And then this is where I'll need your help. But while you're deciding, I'm going to use my gray granite to stamp my, I don't know, shell. I don't know what kind of shell it is, to be honest with you. And then I'm going to take Tahitian Tide. And this might help decide on the paper, and a sponge dauber. And I'm just going to add some blue in right now. I don't know if I have enough or not, but we're going to find out. I just wiped half of it off on my finger. Not bad. Not bad. I kind of like that. What do you think? You know, that's a great way to, because these shells aren't all one color. All right, now I'm going to cut this out real quick because then we can look at it and see which one we want to use for the background. And I'll work on some other things. I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos using colored pencils, watercolor pencils. They're not using our brand, but the techniques and the ideas are the same. All right, so there's my shell. It's off a little bit, but that's okay. Now, here's what we need to decide, and I will be working on something else. Do I put that shell on here like this? So there's the blues. And then I don't know what color this is. It's kind of got a green undertint, but it does have blues, or that one. So you let me know, and I'll show you in just a minute, but I'm going to take this one, and I'm going to take a piece of scrap paper, and I'm going to take my Whisper White craft pad, and I'm going to drag this across. Now, when you drag this across, you want to use the side that has the pad closest to the edge. This will not work for you. It's too far from the edge. So use that one, and you want to angle it, and with a light pull, you have to get the right angle. I'm just going to add some highlight to this. And my thoughts were, and I'm doing a really, really light hand with this, that this would possibly look like the white on the waves, the foam. I couldn't think. All right. And my pad is not real juicy. I think it works better if it's not. I can't get this side. I'm going to come this way with it just to add a little bit of color there. And the same down here. But you want a really light hand, or it will go down into the part that's not embossed. I'm going to leave that there. Set this aside. We can move this out of the way. And I'm going to put this on here. This was actually based on a card that I did. And I don't know if it was for Facebook Live or if it was for on my blog. And I thought, ooh, I like that layout. So I thought this would be a good one to use for here. Okay, so, all right, Linda says the second one. Now, this is not dry, as you can see, so just be careful with that. You probably need to hit it with the heat tool, which I think I will after. In fact, let me do it now because I'm wiping off everything and I'm going to get this all over where it doesn't need to be. I may need to grab some water to get rid of that, because if I don't, it'll end up on my card and ruin it. Let me move my card so I don't, there. There we go. That way I don't have to worry about it. All right, let me hit this with the heat tool, and that'll give that a chance to dry. It doesn't take long, but because this is a pigment ink, you need to dry it. Unless you're embossing it. Then you don't want to dry it until you've added your embossing powder on top. All right, so there we go, much better. Now it's not going to come off, or it shouldn't. So I'm going to put this on like so. Right. One more strip, and I always use tear and tape when I emboss things, or double-sided tape, mainly because when you emboss something, it has valleys and plateaus. And if you put your glue on here, it sinks down in the valley and it doesn't stick to anything. So I want to make sure my cards do not fall apart in the mail. So I make sure, especially in the heat, I make sure to use the double-sided tape. If you've had success with the glue, great. I have not. So I just use the double-sided tape because it sticks even if there's a valley and it's not going to release. All right, let's get this on. I'm going to put this on like so. All right, now here's where you need to help. Do I put it on with this one? All right, so that's number one. Linda's saying number two, or this one. Which one do you like? One or two? Now that I have the card put together. So I'll give you a few minutes to let me know. In fact, the card that I used as this model, I took it downstairs because I used the owls on it. And I made a real cute card. And I put like hoot hoot, it's your day. I'm sending it to Remy for her birthday. Her birthday is end of next week. So, all right, I've got 2 number 2s and 1 number 1. So last chance. Okay. It looks like it's going to be number 2. All right. So I'm going to cut this out. Give me a minute to do that. I'm going to go back and forth because my plate is warped. I figure next weekend while I'm gone, I'm going to heat it up and put some heavy stuff on it so it'll go back to its spot. Okay. Glitter paper does not cut well with dies, so you have to go back a couple of times and pop these pieces out. All right. And then this I'm going to put on, and I'm going to put it on flat because I'm going to put this up on dimensionals. And we're going to put a gem, one of the flat back pearls there. And I didn't pull out any sentiment or ribbon or any of that. The one that I did for Remy, I actually ran it through. Let me show you. I have the black, I thought I had black and white ribbon here. but I don't. So let me I'll grab the black and white because then you can see it. Well, my black and white's downstairs, so I'm not going to grab it. Let me find a ribbon you can see. Let's use, all right, let's use a gold. But what I did was I ran the ribbon like this. And if I like this, I might keep it on there. All right. So I ran it through the two holes and then I brought it down here and tied it. Let's see. I think I'm going to leave the gold on there. All right. I'm going to leave myself a little bit of space. Excuse me. So I'm going to tie my ribbon, right? And to do this, I don't want this twisted. So I gotta, come on. Doesn't want to work with me today. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my tweezers. They're over here. I got to grab them. I have used them. All right. These are reversible tweezers, which we have in our new kit. These are not. I've had these, so they're not the reversible ones. So I'm holding my knot and I'm going to tie my bow, and then I can release my tweezers and tighten my knot. And it's a great way to, I can adjust this, slide it over in the middle more. And then I can take my scissors. It's a great way to hold the loop or your knot while you tie your bow. We don't have 5 hands, so it doesn't work well if you don't. All right, there. I wanted a smaller bow. So I'm going to cut this off. Make sure I don't cut the piece underneath. All right, so I've got this on here. I'm going to put that down on the bottom and it's tied the wrong way. So I'm going to flip it. It's going to be at the top. All right, and then this piece is underneath my ribbon. So I'm going to take the back off, stick it down to hold it in place, and then I'll put another piece on top to hold it onto my card base. All right, there. And now I can take my backs off and put this on my card. Okay. Like so. Right. There we go. And then this I'm going to put up on dimensionals and grab my dimensionals here. I'm getting down to the bottom. Put one there. And one down here. And one more. The backs don't stay on anymore. They come off, which is a good thing because I don't have to pop them off, but all right. There's that. I'm going to put that there like so. And then I'm going to take my flat back pearls, which are, where did I put them? Oh, there they are. I was like, they're here. I don't know about you, but I hate having to open this up. And I've seen a couple of demos do this. All right, so I'm gonna I'm going to show you my version. I cut a little bit off of each end. All right. And then I'm going to tuck this. No, I'm not going to tuck it. It's going to stay there because the tape is on the outside. If the tape is on your flap, you can put it inside. All right. I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut the top. And then all I have to do is pull it down. In fact, you don't even need this piece. I'm going to take it. Well, I can't because it's got the tape on there. All right. Then you just pull it out. You don't have to undo it and everything. All right. Let's take that pearl and put it there. And we'll add some small ones. Just a few. Oops, I've got a piece of the flap I cut off. I'm going to add one more down here. So I still have my odd number. But then when you're done, all you have to do is open it up and stick it inside. And if you use the, let me grab one. If you use these envelopes, is this one open? Yeah. These are 4x6 vinyl envelopes, and they say passport on them. Then you don't even need the plastic. You can just stick it down in there and pull it out. And it's a great way to store them also. So there's today's card. And I kind of like it with the gold ribbon. Not what I had planned on doing, but it's, thanks, Linda. It's a quick card, easy card. I know I say that all the time, but as you see, it doesn't take very long. Thanks, Anne. Most of the time, it's the deciding of what colors you're going to use. That's what takes me the longest. Thanks, Barb. And I think this was a better color. I think this would have been not enough contrast between the water. So, but I'm always playing and experimenting. There's one, let me find my dies. In here, this is a clam shell, and it cuts out the whole clam. Let me do it real quick, just so you can see. It cuts out the whole shell, but it puts folding lines on it. Now this is just in white, so I'm not gonna use anything, any supplies and all, but it adds these fold lines. So you can take and fold this over like so, and this gives some indentation, so you can do some adding some color. But if you take a piece of dimensional, like a mini dimensional, and put it here, and you can put one of those flat back pearls there, and you can kind of set it on your, so your mini dimensional here and your flat back pearl there, then you can kind of put this on your card and it'll stick up and you can actually see the pearl. So that's a fun die to play with. This one has a lot of dies. I've used the little birds. I have not used the big bird. I haven't gotten into that one yet. I don't color birds well, so I don't usually use them. But some great dies in this set. Some great images. I debated about using the pattern paper, and then I thought, well, let me show you a way to use. Now, if you have the waves dies or something else that looks like waves we've had in the past, then use that for the background. But if you don't, look for a striped, I can't find my, a striped folder. This one is our new one. We did have some older ones that I still have, and just emboss it and then add some water or some white on top to give it some interest. And there it is. Great card. I probably should have reversed those two, but that's okay. It would have looked a little better, I think. I think the gold ribbon adds something. It kind of ties in with that gray granite for some reason to me, but who knows. But there it is. Great card. I love this die for this ribbon treatment. You know, so, and you can always, you know, I popped those pieces out. You could have left the piece in and added gems or something at the top and bottom if you want, but tie it just on the top. But this was all inspired by a card that I had done previously. So think about the cards that you've done and the layouts and how you can repurpose it with something else. We don't always have to come up with new ideas. I do a lot of looking at layouts and using layouts a lot. All right, let me get ready and turn. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to spotlight me. All right. Here we go. And then I'll get this out of the way so that it's not in my face. And there you go. Great card. Perfect for people who love the beach, people who like fishing, all of those things. Even people who like seafood this is a great card for them because a lot of people eat clams, although this one doesn't look like a clam, but it doesn't look like an oyster, at least not what I'm familiar with. It looks more like a clam. So, all right, guys, I will not be here next Saturday. I'm thinking I will be here the following Saturday. So, oh, there's my embossing folder. It was hiding. Have a great weekend. I will be on YouTube Wednesday at noon. Thursday mornings, I do the Throwback Thursday. That's not a live, it's a video. So you can watch it at any time. And don't forget, with the Throwback Thursdays, Amanda and I are doing 5 kits, only 5 kits, because that's usually all the paper we have that we're selling. Great way to grab a kit and make a card, especially if you don't have a lot of supplies, and they're not expensive. Believe me, it's $5 and it includes the shipping, which is a better deal because there's no shipping involved. Okay, guys, I will hopefully see you Wednesday on the YouTube Live, and if not, 2 Saturdays from now. Bye.